Hello, welcome to another edition of Back of the Net podcast. I'm coming in late therapy sessions, boy. Then what? What's the time? Boy, 10 o'clock. After therapy sessions. Listen, got my guy Cav from Oohtobetv. What are you saying, Cav?
Yeah, man. I've had better weekends. Put it that way, man. Better weekends.
Yeah. Boy, I know it's it was a mad game. Man, not even mad. We'll get into it. Listen. The floor is yours. I'll have my points. I'm ready. And just to let people know, hey, no prompts. This is just a therapy session for all the Arsenal fans. Enjoy this one.
Back on the sofa, just you know what I mean.
You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean. Listen. At the end of the day, still got to represent. Still got to represent like you as well. But yeah, tough one to take. What were your thoughts, man?
Yeah, my thoughts. I mean, honestly, I went to the game, so I kind of had like a first-hand view of especially the players off the ball, because obviously when you're watching on TV, you're seeing the camera's always following the ball about.
Yeah,
but I found myself watching the players off the ball more because I was just looking around, and you could just tell they just look so dejected. They were just like not bothering. It was strange. Like there was even a point where I think it was Ben White. Ben White was on the right hand side, and he was kind of like, it's like he was staring into space, like in his own world. And then the ball went over, and he's like, oh, and then it's like Matoma's there, and then Matoma's gone, and he's like running down Matoma, and I'm just thinking, what? Like, he's just not. There's just no focus, and you could tell by most of the players, just even watching them, that like even from kickoff, their heads just looked a bit down. They look like they didn't believe in anything that was working yesterday. I don't know if it was that they'd all watched maybe the Man City result against Everton just before. They just thought, oh, man, they are not going to slip up, and just came out. It was just negative. Like the attitude, it was negative, man. What did you think?
Do you know what? I'm along the same thoughts as you. I feel like we know what Brighton do. Good team, away from home, at home, we've got a decent record as well. I just thought they just nullified us all over the pitch. You know, sometimes like you watch an Arsenal game at Emirates and you think might play bad first half, but we pick it up. I don't think there was a stage in this game where I really thought that we're going to go and get 1, 2, 3 goals. It was just they blocked everything. Like, and this whole thing that I watched them, and I was on Caicedo watch as well, and I'm sure you were in the stadium so closely. The guy's unbelievable.
I won him.
Right back.
I won him.
Man was at right back, and he shot. I don't know if you saw. Do you see at the end? I think it was in Ketia. Man tried to get round him, whatever. The guy said, "Nah, you're not doing that, bro." Like just bodied him off the ball, and I thought that's what we need. I know we've been crying rice, but the more I watch Caicedo, I think he'll be a perfect replacement. And I feel, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, it's like I keep getting asked every day by someone, Rice or Caicedo. But actually seeing him live and just seeing, he reminded me of Kante back-to-back Leicester, Chelsea, that them 2 seasons. Like he was just ahead of everything. Like he was one step ahead of everyone else on that pitch. It was just beautiful to see, man. And I was just thinking, man, he is what Partey should be. I mean, I'm not discrediting what Partey's done this season in past. Caicedo does it game in, game out. Partey will do it for 1 game, then go missing the next game or next 2. But Caicedo's so consistent with it. I'm praying we get him, man. I'm praying.
I'm with you. I look at that and I feel like I just think we're in a position now where let's go back to what I think about the league. League's done. Just put it out there. League's done. I feel that little things have really affected Arsenal. Like I look at it and I think like, and I'm not one to make excuses, but the whole thing when we were playing before City, that was making a big difference. I think at that stage it was like less pressure for them. Like we haven't been in this situation for God knows how long. And there were games where I think it was like the Villa game. Do you remember we played that week? We played before City. Was it before?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Early on a Saturday. And it's like,
yeah.
oh, wow, we've applied pressure now. We really. And then when it switched around and they started getting their games before us, I just felt like something changed in that team where it's like, wow, like City won yesterday. Oh my God, like what are we gonna do? And as it's gone on, the West Ham game, Liverpool, Southampton. Listen, the lights are bright now, bro. Do your thing. And yesterday, I just feel like like you said, they saw the City one and were like, oh, Everton holding firm, 0-0. And I know people say the players don't watch. Let me tell you, these men are like this. 100%.
Yep.
You're a player, bro. I want to know what's going on. When you see Gundogan, quick goal, Haaland goal, you're like, yeah. And I just feel everything was changing. Like I feel if you remember before the World Cup, everything was under wraps. Oh, Arsenal, do you think you're going to win it? Keep it humble. Now it's suddenly Ramsdale doing the interview, Arteta getting interviewed. Oh yeah, we're just gonna, and it's just too much. And I feel like they got too involved in the emotions of it. Gary Neville was right. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Gary Neville's this, Gary Neville's that. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the guy, but what he said about the title race, 100% right. You have to control 100%. Your emotions, and you've got to grind away. And as he said, if you concede many goals in a running, you're not winning the league. You're not winning the league. You know what I mean? So when we concede goals against Southampton, 3, do you know what? I'll go as far as Bournemouth. Bro, you let Bournemouth go 2-0 up. That's not on. I don't care. When you want to win the league, you've got to do better than that. And I feel like, now it's all come to a head. And you listen, we can sit here and this player, that player, that player. I like to look at some of the positives, but obviously it's a disappointment not winning the league. But who expected it? Yeah, and it is bottling it. We have, because we were 8 clear. I accept that. But City still had that game in hand. And as long as they had that game in hand, that was it, you know.
Thing. And it's like this is the part of the season where every season Gundogan seems to step up and just turn into like prime Ronaldinho or something. Yeah. It's always the last 10 games. That's when Gundogan comes alive. And we ain't got no one like that. That's really coming in and doing anything. I mean, it's just they're lucky. They're lucky. They've got such a brilliant.
They're a juggernaut, innit? They're just like, you can't stop them. You can't stop them.
You can't. Well, I know there was the rumors that he wants to leave, and I think Barca wanted him, and Arteta wants him and all that. I don't know, man.
No, you're right with that one. It's I think we said in the previous episode with some others where when Pep stopped playing around with that back 4, that's when I was like, okay. Man's like, nah, no more jokes. Like, man was doing Lewis, and remember he was doing like Akanji at centre back, but now I think he switched up where Akanji's gone right back, if I'm right, and then Diaz Stones or Diaz Laporte, and Hackett left back. So it's hard, and Gundogan comes alive, bro. This is his. You know what? It's like the clutch moments. You know, like when you watch NBA and there's that player dropping in 3-pointers. This is Gundogan, bro. Every time it's this point of the season, critical goals. Man's not fast, but he's always there. He'll get a free kick. He'll get the assist, and he makes such a big difference to that team. And it's like it shows you they bring on a Gundogan, they bring on a Mahrez, they bring on a Foden. We make a sub. It's Eddie Nketiah on for Jesus. It's Vieira coming on. It's Holding. We don't have. It's a process, and it's going to hurt Arsenal fans because we're so close, whatever. But the fact remains that it's been progress. We'll see what this summer. Yeah, I know. I always said this summer is absolutely massive, man. Massive,
it's vital.
This is the biggest summer we've had in a long, long time. Biggest summer. Yeah. You know, you got away with Europa because, we've got bigger fish to fry. You know, I'm sure you've seen that joke all around. Yeah, we've all seen it, But I feel like it's one of that. You know, you got Champions League. You know, you want the league. You've got to sit down now and go, all right, do you know what? We need 4 stars, bro. I'm not talking, no Lokonga levels no more. No more messing about. I want Rice, Caicedo. You're going to go Tony. You're going to go Vlahovic. You want to go Osimhen. Osimhen's different level, whatever, but them level of players, because you want players now where they come in and when you're going away to like Old Trafford or Anfield next season, you want them going, yo, like what? Are you mad? You see this team?
Yeah.
We don't have that fear. Like we've got the technicality, but teams still know if they give us a little bit of a rough and ruggedness, we're not ready for it. And just the little things, like I was listening today about Arteta being too emotional. It's true. In the title race, you want your manager to just put a bit of ease into squad. So when you're losing, it's like, calm, boys, calm.
Yeah.
All of this on the sideline. You know what I mean? It's like, imagine you're looking over, you're like, what, whatever. It's panic stations, bro. But that's experience.
I was surprised to see Smith Rowe out of nowhere. Yeah, come on, and I was like, it's just like, I got nothing wrong with Smith Rowe, but it's like it's like you're throwing him into the Lions. Then essentially, you've taken off. Oh, yesterday was Odegaard's probably the worst game I've seen Odegaard play for the club, and it was just heads down. But what I wanted to ask you, what do you think about? I don't know if you've seen the Rice rumors today. Apparently, we're going to put in a £90 million bid and give him 300k a week, which is a bit mad. But what's your take on that?
You know what, bro? What's that saying? It's not our money, bro. But you know what? Like, I know a lot of people are against the old Rice, this and that, but I look at him and you want players from within your league, the best players within. And when I watch this guy, I think you just think what he would do in your team, and you think he would transform that midfield. I don't think by himself. I still feel we need two midfielders, which is why I say Rice and Caicedo. Because I think personally, sell Partey. People are gonna think I'm mad after watching this. I feel like bro, he's had his years. He's done his bit. Like you said, we want players that are like about it. I don't want a player that's missing a big game versus City at Emirates, and then you're coming back a couple games later. Like all of that. I know it can happen. Injuries can happen. But I just feel like at critical times we never really have our best 11. Bro, we had our best 11 for the first 15 games of the season, and look what happened. You remember having Saliba, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard in that three, Martinelli, Saka, Jesus. We're on it. But I just feel like, he's let us down too many times. Someone like Jorginho, I wouldn't get rid of him. I would keep him around the squad, like on the bench. But tell him, you are bench. You're not starting games unless it's like a come on last just to keep the ball ticking over. Like that type of thing. Exactly. You know what I mean? I'll sell Xhaka, Partey, and then go and get a Rice Caicedo or Rice Lavia or Caicedo, whoever, just two stars in midfield. And back to what you said about the fee. Yeah, cool, it's a lot of money, but bro, you got to pay nowadays, man. And I don't want to see none of this. Listen, they're willing to pay how much for Mudryk? How much for Caicedo?
Exactly.
They can't say they ain't got money. And now you've got Champions League money on top of that, plus the summer transfer budget. There's no excuse. No excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
What's that? Be excited. Remember Josh Kroenke? Be excited. Bring that this summer, boy. Bring that this summer.
We've got to spend. It's got to be at least a 250 to 300 million budget. Not including. Obviously, we're going to sell players as well, so we're going to get money. But our outgoing spend has to be up to at least 300.
I agree. Well, a quick question, because you said the Rice one. I got one for you now. You can go. So you get 90 million, for a striker. What striker would you go for?
90 mil.
90 mil. We've got to be realistic. We're not spending over 100 million on a striker. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
That's the thing as well. We're not getting Osimhen. Napoli already said if anyone was Osimhen's 100, 150 to 60 mil.
Allow that.
That ain't happening. But right now he would be my clear first choice. But forgetting him, when you think about it, there's only like a I think Vlahovic would fit well in our system because we need someone like him in the box as well, or I say either him or someone like Tony. You know what I mean? Hey, Jesus against Dunk yesterday. It's just like you're playing Ramsdale playing long ball after long ball after long ball after long ball, and Dunk is just not even jumping. And we need someone like, look at Haaland. He's tall. He's what I'm saying. We need we need a proper target man.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'd probably go for Vlahovic, you know.
So Vlahovic, yeah.
Vlahovic, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I feel like I like Tony. I think Tony's class. The only thing I say about Tony, obviously, got that band or whatever it is looming over his head, the possible ban.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like with Tony, he scores goals, but I don't think he has the kill. That I watch Haaland, innit, and I want that now. Like we're in Champions League now, bro. I want the midfield solid, and I want that person up top. You know when we have them games where it's like, oh, the ball gets flicked on, Vlahovic, bang. Like I want that. I want a goal like that because I feel like Tony will bring you flick-ons, but he's kind of like he might drop a bit deep, and we've got a lot of the type of players that do that. But I want someone to stay in that box.
Yeah,
you're a 9, bang me goals, man. And you got to imagine if you've got your Martinelli, Saka, whoever playing off Vlahovic, unbelievable. And we're not far. That's what's we're so close to having such a good team. And Arteta said it the other day, a lot of these players are not nowhere near their peak, bro. You look at City, the De Bruyne's, the Haalands, not Haaland because he's young, De Bruyne, the Gundogan, they're up there now.
Yeah.
Our players are still 21, 22. Like we're in a good place, man. And I want to see, if I see a great summer, not saying I'll forget this season, but I'll sit back and go, do you know what? You learned from that, you know, and you're doing your thing. Like, I'm happy with that. You know, you're showing that you're preparing for next season. I don't just because with Arsenal we hear it, you season in, season out. Oh, we're going to get that player. It's tiring, and that's where we start to doubt it, and we start to get a bit nervous in the summer window.
Because when I look at players like are spending nearly, what is it, 25, 26 million, players like Fabio Vieira, I'm like, bro, you spend that money, you're not even really using him. You know, you could have kept that money behind. Then just do it and buy someone. One question someone asked me yesterday, and I was actually unsure, but I'm going to ask you: would you sell Emil Smith Rowe?
Damn, I wanted to ask you that same question. I was coming for you with that one. Do you know what? I wouldn't. I feel like I was reading something actually, or was it reading? Or someone told me that. Don't you feel that Arteta's doing what he did with Martinelli? Do you remember when he took him at the firing line and it was like kind of working on him in terms of position? I think it was in a podcast we were doing actually.
Yeah.
Where I feel like he's working on it, and I feel like with Emil Smith, that's the one. And I love Emil Smith. I feel like when he's in full flow, we saw last season, bro, the way he holds the ball, graceful. And when I see players with low socks, it always gasses me anyway. I don't care who you are, bro. I'm like, what is that? You gonna play? Yeah, no shin pads and that. But no, I think I would keep him. But there are certain other players. Well, listen, there's other players we need to sell before him. Forget ESR, your Xhakas, possibly Partey, Vieira. I'm not okay. Cool, keep him. Cedric, and we go on to another. This is my question to you. What do you do with Eddie and Balogun?
Yeah, personally, I'm getting rid of Eddie, man. I know, obviously, he's just signed the contract and everything as well. That's the thing. But at least now we can get a decent valuation of him from someone. But I think Balogun's got a higher ceiling, man.
Yes.
When obviously we can't really fully compare because Eddie's played a lot of first team football. Balogun has now in France. People call it the Farmers League, innit? But when I see them both side to side, like just in terms of like Balogun's movement and his composure in front of goal, it seems so much more clinical than Eddie's. And I think having this season away in France, back now at the Emirates, I think Balogun's gonna be dangerous, man. I can see it.
And you think so? Because I think he said he's only staying if he gets first team football.
Yeah.
Now that's where I think is a bit tricky because then, for me personally, if we're offered 40 mil minimum, I would take it. I know what you're saying, but I feel like we need to overcome this sentiment thing with Arsenal. This is what has got us into the mess of what we had before. We're keeping players off. Oh no, done a job for us, man. Like we were hanging on to, man. And I like Balogun. I've liked him from before, but let's sell him. If he wants to go 40 mil, yeah, cool. Take the money, add it, and go and get someone else. And that's what I want. I want a squad where like we're playing, and I can look onto the bench, and suddenly it's like, okay, cool. Rice, God willing, we get him. Rice comes off. You bring on we're supposed to be selling him a Patino or a Emma Smith Rowe, like proper talent as well. Because look at City, they do the same. They sprinkle Cole Palmer, Lewis, Rico Lewis. You know, and you sometimes you've got to do that. You're not going to have a squad full of like 26 and over players all the time. So you're going to have decent youngsters in and around. I feel with us, we're the opposite. We need the Gundogans. We need more experienced players because the two we've got, they're experienced, but they weren't starting 11 players at City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we go and get a Gundogan now, if we had a Gundogan at this time of the season, we're winning the league.
That's what I'm saying. And even that's why I even think sometimes I'm like, I even look back at it now. I weren't questioning it before, but when I look at the I don't know how to pronounce his name, that Nyanweri, when you brought him on against Brentford, like, you brought him on, but we ain't seen him since. So what was the point? It's like there's no. If you look at all the youngsters really in our team, Emery kind of integrated them. Arteta hasn't really integrated any of the youth. You got Raw Waters on a bench. He played a bit of pre-season, but he hasn't played. I think
superstar, by the way, superstar. That boy, absolute superstar.
He's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
But I think there's other players I've seen, like you said, the Charlie Patinos, who now should be those ones integrated into the squad. Now it's time, but like Kozia Dewberries and all these other guys, like Saka. Saka just looks tired now. He's been overplayed, overworked this season. Reece, I was impressed with Reece when Reece came on.
Reece looked good when he came on.
Yeah,
he's another one, bro. Like I just feel I wouldn't mind keeping him, but it's like I don't. This is a sentiment thing again. I feel like maybe you need to go away fresh, Reece, and let's bring someone else in now. Because like I said, it's all about having that squad now. What I want. We've got Champions League, bro. We're pot free. Yeah, we're pot free. Bro, that we could get Group of Death first season back. Imagine Bayern Munich. Nah, bro, it could be brutal. It could be really bad, you know. And I just feel that's what we need because we don't want to get to Champions League next season. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. We'll finish fourth. We're out. Like, you know what I mean? You've got to come good. What we're looking for now is a team that can go for the Premier League, battle in the Champions League. And we're not expecting to win it first season. That's just mad. But to get through to at least quarterfinals and say, you know what, man, boys, you did well, you know. You go again. We want to see progression because if we can slowly keep doing that, eventually Pep's got to leave at some point. So by the time he goes, hopefully we're in a position where, you know, we're a bit higher up. So I don't know. For me, it's frustrating because I just feel we're on the cusp of something so good. So good.
And I'm a bit worried as well because I've heard Poch's basically instructed Bowley to sign Caicedo at all costs. So, I mean, I think Poch, Chelsea could be a problem next season with no European football as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're gonna they're gonna have basically a free run.
The only thing though I'll say about that is sometimes it feels better to just be one competition, but sometimes you need the momentum with certain competitions. You know, like for example, you look at Liverpool when they got to the quadruple, and sometimes you need competition to keep you going. Oh, we're in a quarterfinal. We're in like to keep going. You know, sometimes you got league games Saturday. Your next one's next Sunday. Like. No rhythm yet. It's hard to get into a rhythm, so it could work against. But yeah, Poch will be. I think that will be a good signing for them. I just feel like they'll take one more season before they get to the level they want to get to. That's what I believe. But I just, with us it's just frustrating. I just want to touch on someone. You're probably not going to expect this one. I mentioned it quite a bit on my Twitter. For those that know, Aaron Ramsdale.
I know you and Scants have got a very, very aligned.
I like the guy. So for all fans, all Arsenal fans, let me explain. I like Ramsdale. He makes great saves. I just feel sometimes when I watch him, and I'm going to repeat it again, he reminds me of Jordan Pickford. When you play a game, you can be emotional as a goalkeeper, but sometimes it's just too riled up. Don't get me wrong, when the game finishes, I love the whole you're patting your chest like, come on, like Arsenal. I love that. But sometimes during a game, you've got to just calm it down, calm it down. He's a bit too like he want crosses when he comes out for crosses. You know, when you watch a corner come in, you're never 100% confident this guy's going to come out and catch it.
I get
Never.
nervous.
You see what I'm saying? And as a defense, you want a goalkeeper that is screaming, even if they come and clock you in the back of your head, yeah, come and get that ball. So when you call it, like, look at Allison, yeah, Allison, Edison's not so bad, but Ellison makes up for it, whatever, all the other things he does. But Allison, he'll come out, claim the ball, whatever, do his thing. And I just feel like if you want to go from where you are now to higher, you need a better goalkeeper. Maybe, you know what, they're giving him a new contract. Give him next season. Maybe he might mature and learn to do these things better. But I watched that Brighton game, man. 2 things he did. I think the first one was, okay, let me not blame him for that first goal because that was more Kivio's fault. Because Kivio should have just cleared it and then gone down. I know you've been trod on, but just clear it. And then go down, say your ankle, whatever. But that third one, bro, you can't palm it there. You can't do that.
This is what I'm saying. He just literally palmed it back to the man. I honestly believe, like, if we're gonna really progress, then we, like you said, we need to buy another goalkeeper. 100%. We need to buy someone that's like, you know, like Jens Lehmann. When he was in goal, you always felt comfortable because you know
I love Lehmann, yeah.
I'm saying, like, we just need someone just that level that's focused and that. Like, sometimes I see him pointing out instructions and stuff, and I look at it and I think, like, why is he moaning? Like yesterday, he was moaning at. There's something I think Kivio done. He passed it back to him when he didn't want it or something, and he was screaming at him. It was like, there's no other options. Like, he's passing it back to you. You're the one that's seeing the pitch. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You don't seem to. And I did see what you and Gantz were saying about what you say about the saves. A couple of them yesterday, I was like,
yeah. He does the ones that you think, right, he shouldn't. He pulls them off, which is why I think if he fine tunes his game and concentrates more on certain other little, I think he'll be all right. But I just feel like he needs to fix up soon. You know, I can go over the season and name you goals that we can see that he should have saved. Like, simple-ish ones. You know, we can go back to the Southampton one when Armstrong didn't go that far away from his leg, should have saved it. Look at was it Anthony when we played United away?
Yeah.
Cool, you're at your near post. The guy's left-footed, mate. He's curling it that way, and you kind of dive this way. Little things like that. And I don't, like I said, I don't want people think he's rubbish. I'm not saying that. I just feel that we need to look and think about, cool, what is the direction we're going? We're giving you one more year and saying, listen, you need to come correct now because we're up here now. Like, this is because we need to look and say second now is our level. We're there, minimum second. People might think, oh, we're mad, but we've proven we can do it. I don't care. People can say, oh, Chelsea had an off season, blah 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 blah. No excuse. We earned our position. We got to where we are, and that's it now. So I just feel like I just want us. You know, I just want us to be complete. I want to see us win something, so I can say, do you know what? Well done. Look at that. But then I don't want to just win one and then we go down again. You know, look at Leicester, bro. They're about to get relegated. You know what I'm saying? So
this is what I wanted to get. This is what I really wanted. Europa. That was my priority this season. Like, getting top 4, getting 4th, and Europa. That's what. But I think because we're at that stage, I feel like everyone was more focused on the league. It's like, I should have gone for that Europa, man. I think we could have won that. I'm telling you.
No, I'm with you. I do feel like, and I said this, I said, are you sure you want to sacrifice this Europa? Because if you sacrifice Europa, you better win the league. And it would have been, if, let's say, for example, we did what we did now, but we won Europa. Bro, fans would not care. Fans would be like, you know what? We've got our trophy. And that's one thing Arteta needs to be careful of, because now, a lot of pressure on him now, you know, because next season, if he doesn't deliver at least one trophy, I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I know there's a process, I know there's a project, but we can't afford to have someone like him now who you want to give up a because and don't forget as well, we played Saliba in that tournament. If you really want to sacrifice it, you wouldn't have played Saliba. And I feel like the culmination of the games, and that, I think that game in the Fulham game, the back, which just was it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like that just I don't want to say that ruined our season because I still think there were other aspects. I don't want to blame it on just Saliba because there were other things that went on. And I just feel like as well with Arsenal that when the pressure really gets to that point, we always crumble, man. We always crumble, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see.
Would you say it's mainly because of the lack of experience, or you just think I don't know? Because I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, I know you're saying lack of experience, but in those first 15, 20 games, you showed you had the experience." So, but a season is 38 games, it's not 20 games. So when you get to that,
there's no pressure at that stage. There's no pressure at that stage. You're playing, bruv. You play the first 15, 16, then you have a World Cup. You come back for a World Cup. You've got games. The pressure. But Fergie always used to say, "Stay within 5 to 7 points of the team above you." So like City behind us, whatever. Then you do what you need to do in the window. If you don't do business, just hover around, bro. Then when it comes to March, April, May, start picking up your wins. Whatever way you have to do it, you pick up your wins. Then you can pardon me, then you can win a league. And I feel like that's the issue. I feel like we did so well at the beginning, but when the going really got tough, we struggled. And listen, if they learn from it, as I said, we're gonna look back next season and go, right, you know what? Remember last season we're talking about how we flopped that, bro. But look now, you learn from it. Because it could be on the flip side, we could win it now. Arsenal complacency, but we ain't got to sign too many people. We'll give you one player.
Yeah.
So it's, and I've been there with Arsenal, bro. Even if we had won all our games and we're 2-3 points clear, we'd go to Forest and lose 1-0, bro. It's what we do. You know what I mean? We'll be like, oh, the league's coming. 1-0 loss, last minute goal. Then you go to Wolves and you win. Oh no, if we had beaten Nottingham Forest, that's it. So for me, I've kind of tuned out on that. I'm just looking forward now, saying, you know what? Play a couple of youngsters now, actually, because we're not finishing any less than second. The league's technically done. Mix it up now. You know what I mean? Mix it up. Go. You know what? If you want to play, bring one that kills your Dewberries. Like rest Saka. Say, do you know what, Saka? Thank you, bro. Summer, go do your team. We're doing it because you're Dewberry now. Because he needs a rest, bro. He's tired. There wasn't even one. There's not even one replacement for him. Every other player had someone to kind of come in and cover. He never had it.
I know Reece can cover that side, but Reece has been plagued with injuries and he ain't really been a thing. But yeah, we definitely need to get someone a decent backup for Saka, because obviously I've heard as well. I don't know if you heard it. Apparently we've had no contact. Pepe's agents had no contact with no clubs. Nobody's interested in Pepe. So what do we do on that aspect? Do we just bring
mutual consent, bro? I don't want him. I don't, and that's no. I'm not saying you're not a good player, but bro, you can't bring some of that back in, bro. Nah, I'm sorry. We've upgraded now. The Lokongas, the him, the who else? The Holdings, the Cedrics. No more. I don't care, bro. When it's Carling Cup, play all them youngsters. The same youngsters I saw in the under-18 game. Play them because that's what Carabao about. Forget any of the main level. You play your youngsters because they're not going to get game time otherwise in a big competition. So I think do that. And listen, I think things look all right for us. I think we're in a good place. Before we wrap up, there's another question I was going to ask you. So this summer window, you've got, so you said what budget, 300 mil, right? So
250 to 300.
Okay, so you can, because I'll do the selling players probably next episode. 4 players you would sign that you think will take us from that level or that level where we are now to up there. Like we're coming City, like we're ready for you.
Well, the first player, number 1, is Caicedo. 100% Team Caicedo. Second player, I would actually, another midfielder, Rice. both of them. I would sign both of them, not just
Mm.
one. I want both. I think
Yeah.
those two alone, in the midfield, I'd probably buy. I want a proper winger, but I don't know. I keep hearing these Zaha things, but I want a young. You got Dembele, maybe a Musa Dembele.
Rafinha? Would you take Rafinha?
Yeah, maybe I would take Rafinha, if that was possible.
Mm.
Rafinha, yeah, he's definite Rafinha, and then it would have to be. See, as much as I want a striker, because you said 4, but I'd think I'd probably try and a defender. I'd have to try and prioritize another centre back.
Do you know what? You want to add the striker? I'm gonna give you 5 then, because you want to add the striker as well. I'll give you 5, make it easier. Yeah.
Defender wise, there's the guy, even the guy that what's his name? Is it Sickerman?
Oh,
The one
Leipzig.
yeah,
Is he any good? I haven't watched him play. Is he good?
you know what? He's one of them players that he looks so good in that league,
Oh God.
but you don't know. Do you know what I mean? But
Isn't it a bozo like what's it? Upamecano.
in it, yeah. No, he's really good. He's a top player.
Okay.
So maybe look at him, or I would look at maybe like a Tomori,
Okay. Good.
Tomori,
Yeah.
and then striker Vlahovic.
Vlahovic, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I like that.
So
That's a
Vlahovic, Rice, Caicedo,
Yeah.
Tomori, and who else did I say?
Listen, that's a good
Yeah.
good 5. I look at that and I think, and you know what? If they do spend, that's not unrealistic. It genuinely isn't unrealistic. And that's so Arsenal fans, we try. It's the hope that kills us, isn't it? So you know what I mean. So I'm kind of with you. I feel like, yeah, Vlahovic. For me, it's Vlahovic or Tony. One of the two. Tony's done it in the league. He's banged. I don't know. I think he's on 18 plus goals or 20 goals, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got Vlahovic, European hotshot last season. Fiorentina just demolished it. So I like that. So any one of them two. So that would be 1. Rice Casado, I'm with you on that, to transform the whole midfield. Just to add a bit more dynamism to our midfield and just allow Odegaard to say, do you know what, Odegaard, bro? You're just, like, if you look at C, you ain't got to defend. Are you mad? Bro, you stay there and you're 10, you know. We got you. Yeah, we got you. And that's what you found with us. Odegaard has to come and get the ball for us. And that's where we kind of lose out. So I'd say them 3. Simican, I haven't really watched a lot of him. I would look at someone like Tapsoba. Someone like Tapsoba. Indika, who's free as well. And there's another guy which recently, the French, oh my God, he's been quite popular. He played the other day. I'll come back to me and I'll probably put in the comments when I remember his name. Him, because you know, I like players that are within the league that have done it and you want the experience now. Rice Caicedo bring you wealth of experience, first of all. Captain, I think they've both been captain. I think Caicedo is he captain for Ecuador as well, I think, isn't it? Or he has been. Vlahovic, Serbia, experience again. And I feel that's all we really need, man. And then you can really look at next season and say, do you know what? I'm confident we can really go places. Because you look at us here, we're ahead of a lot of teams right now. Like Poch has gone to Chelsea, he's got to spend however much to sell so many. Klopp needs to get rid of whatever, transform his midfield. United, you know, they're a bit dry in midfield. It's a bit sad, I don't know what they're going to do. Anthony not really doing much. You know what I'm saying? Tottenham, we just all laugh at Tottenham. You know, they're just a joke, you know. You know what I'm saying?
It's City that's just there. And then
that's the thing. So, like, I feel like we should just use City as a gauge and go, raw, okay, killer striker. Who can we get that can do what he done? You know, transform them. Odegaard, you're our De Bruyne. You're not as good, but you are our De Bruyne. You look at the midfield of Rodri. Rice. Let's bring that in. You know what I mean? And Rex and Rodri, they've got like Gundogan who runs all around everywhere. Cool. Caicedo. Defensively, they rotate. Diaz comes in. Stone's now doing that holding mid-ting. That's what we need. And once we do that, we're good. That's why, you know what, a lot of people were trying, you know, WhatsApp was blowing up when we lost. Oh my God, look at you lot. I said, all right, cool. Bring the same energy, yeah. But I'm confident we're gonna do well next season, the season after, the one after that. But listen, we're gonna see what happens. And all them fans that want to laugh at us, Champions League, baby, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's all.
You know, them ones, we're not going to be available on Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Remember all them jokes? You know, all that. No more.
Exactly.
Listen, you see that thing. You see that thing in the middle of the pitch. You know that ball. When they do that thing.
Exactly.
Come on.
And that's what the main target was this season. Yeah. Yes, we was in a title race. We just fell short, but everyone wanted Champions. We ain't had Champions League for what, 6 years.
It's honestly, do you know what? I haven't even been to a Champions League game Arsenal. So for me, I look at it now, I'm like, man, and with this squad, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very, very excited. So listen, this is why I did this show. I thought, let's let it out. Let's just release. And I feel better. You feel better? I feel better.
You know what I mean? Talking about yesterday, man. It's like, listen, we're looking forward now, not back.
That's it. Listen, we can be this. You can be disappointed in the result. Listen, I'm one of them fans where I know my team can lose. But we could lose a game that doesn't mean anything. But we're Arsenal fans. We're gonna get flack. AFTV lot. Oh, AFTV and chill. We get it all the time, you know. But it is what it is. Makes us stronger. When we do well, we're gonna enjoy. We're gonna be sitting there going, pull up the receipts, bro. Let's pull them out now. Yeah, you know what I mean. But listen, it is what it is, you know. But I thought I'd do this little show for all you Arsenal fans feeling down and feeling down and dumps, feeling rubbish. Listen, just thought I'd do this. Got my boy Cav gave his point of view. Transfer window coming. Listen, we'll get our business done early. Don't worry, guys, and we're gonna be good. Yeah, keep the positivity for life. Yeah,
early. Make sure it's early. Transfers
before pre-season, isn't it? None of that. Do you remember like the seasons where we'll be like, oh, who is signing? And the pre-season would go, first game of the season's been played, and we're like, we still ain't signed our players yet. Like, why go on? But now I want to see 1st of June, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, agree to deal. Then by the time pre-season comes, we've got a whole squad done, and I want to see that picture. You know, we got a picture that 5 new man, yeah, swear down, yeah. You know what I mean? But listen. It is what it is, but now I'm feeling more positive. Hopefully you are. Hopefully everyone else watching it, all the Arsenal fans especially, are feeling more positive. You know, so
thanks for having me anyway. I will be where we do this.
Good have you on it. We got released to someone's got released to you. I feel good. Listen, look at me smiling, bro. I can't help it.
It's a big weight.
Nice. Big weight up, sorry. I'm gonna sleep good. You know, I'm gonna get into bed now. I'm just like, you know what? But listen, thanks again for coming on, bro. I'm sure we're going to do a couple more podcasts soon. Listen, guys, go follow Oohtobetv Cav, subscribe to his YouTube. You'll see videos of a couple with me, a couple of some other guys, and obviously myself back of the net. Obviously, I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. And Cav's on my case when I'm not, you know what I mean? So, but I'm trying, you know, all their schedules get mixed up, but we've got this. But listen, Cav, thanks once again. And for everyone else, listen, hope you've enjoyed the episode. I'll see you lot soon. Love.